All right, we're back. The man, the myth, the legend himself is gone. We don't have to look at that no more. No, it's always a great pleasure when he's on the live show, and we're all good. And we're going to bring him back on tomorrow, and win, lose, or draw, we're going to mess with him. Do what we do best, because we don't hide here. If, win or lose, we never hide. So we'll have FC back on the live show tomorrow, and we'll do what we do. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right into some college football breakdowns. Just getting everything up for that, switching gears. Sorry for the ones that I scared. If you guys thought that I was just leaving you empty-handed with that monster. But don't worry, he's not getting the keys. Although I know we have got quite a few requests from the viewers asking if FC could have an MMA show, which wouldn't be such a bad idea if you ask me. I think it would be a great idea. I don't know about you guys, but I think it would be a great idea. Now, moving into some college football as I get everything that we need up and running. We're going to discuss Virginia and Syracuse. If you watch the daily free play video, you'll know that I did put out a free play on this one on the total, either the over or the under, or maybe sideways, If you want to know, you're going to have to watch that daily free play video, but we will talk about this one. We will go over the stats, statistics, and everything else, and we'll see what kind of damage we can really do today. Just getting everything popped up. It's finally showing up for me. And we're going to jump right into it. And this is definitely shaping up to be one of the better of the games if you like action. And this one goes down at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Game 307, 308, Virginia against Syracuse. Virginia comes in 2-1, going up against Syracuse, who's 3-0, who's got wins over Louisville, who beat them 31-7. Connecticut, who they beat 48-14. And most recently, Purdue, who they outlasted and outdistanced, beating them 32-29. Now, Virginia, on the other hand, they're 2-1. They won, they lost, and then they won most recently against Old Dominion 16-14 in a barn burner. They are 3-0 to the under. However, two of Syracuse's last games have both gone over the totals of 49.5 and 59.5. Before that, Virginia had a 24-3 loss against the Fighting Illini, which, if you guys remember, we were on the Fighting Illini in that game, and not only did they cover the 4 points, they smoked them 24-3. Richmond, who they were laying 21.5 to, they got beat by 17, but they did not cover the spread. Not only is Virginia 2-1 on the year, they're 0-3 on the over, so they're 3-0 to the under. They're also 0-3 against the spread, whereas Syracuse is 3-0 straight up, 3-0 against the spread, 2-1 to the over. Read them and weep, all right? Syracuse 15-5 against the spread in their last 5 years versus efficient defenses, allowing more than 15.7 yards per point. And then you got Syracuse, who's 0-3 straight up. But they're also 3-0 against the spread in the last 3 meetings against Virginia. Imagine that one. All right, is this going to be their first cover of the year? We're going to find out later today. But I'm not too certain on that one. Pack says, all for an FC MMA show. Definitely sounds good. Cryptos and Tokens says, good morning and happy TGIF, everyone. Great pick on that Virginia game yesterday. Easy money. Thank you, sir. James says, my best bet of the day is the Yankees laying 1.5 versus Boston. I'm big on fading Rich Hill, and the Yankees offense is starting to pick up again. I will tell you this. I did play Boston yesterday. I had them at plus 1.5. It was one of my personal plays that I did give out yesterday. Not only were they winning outright, but the Yankees came back, beat them by 1, and we survived. All right, laying or catching 1.5 runs right there. So, luckily for us, that one still cashed. As far as this first game goes, this first college football game between Virginia and Syracuse goes, you start looking and you start diving a little more in depth. Let's take a look at the defensive numbers, because both teams' defense have stellar numbers up on the board. Both are averaging, giving up less than 19 points a game. Virginia gives up 18.3, Syracuse 16.7. Syracuse is giving up a lot more, yardage to opposing offenses. All right, they're giving up 98 yards a game on the ground and 242 in the air. If Virginia wants to have a chance against them, they're going to have to pass the ball or at least try and establish a run, which they've done, fairly decently through their first 3 games. We'll talk about those offensive numbers here in a minute. Virginia, on the other hand, they're giving up 152 on the ground and 197 in the air. They're -3 on turnovers, whereas Syracuse is +6 through 3 games. Nearly polar opposites. There's a 9 turnover differential over 3 games. That stat does not favor in Virginia's favor at all, right there. Syracuse averaging 37 offensive points a game. They're averaging scoring 37 points a game. They're averaging 163 a game on the ground at 3.9 yards per carry and 244 in the air at 8.9 yards per passing attempt. And then you got Virginia, who's averaging a measly 17.7 points per game, 4.6 yards per carry at 177 yards a game on the ground, 177 yards a game on the ground, and 237 in the air at 6.7 yards per passing attempt. As far as this one goes, you've got Syracuse. That line is dropping. It's now down to 9.5. To me, it's Syracuse or bust. Until I see something out of Virginia where they can cover against a lowly Old Dominion team where they barely won 16-14. Against Richmond, they beat them 34-17. And they got smoked by the Fighting Illini, which would probably give Syracuse a good battle. That would probably be a great game, which we won't obviously see this year. But if I had to choose anything on this one, and I don't have anything on the side on this one as of yet, but if I did, it would be Syracuse laying the 9.5. Jason actually agrees with exactly what I just said. I like it. Marvin says, what our system plays? We'll talk about that after college football. It's a progressive betting style of Major League Baseball. They're pretty damn cool. They're very consistent over the years if you guys pay attention to what we do here. I need another refill. I need another cappuccino. All right, so moving right along. Nevada and Air Force. This is an interesting one. You got Nevada on the road catching 24 points. Air Force laying 24 with a total of 46.5. Nevada's 2-2 straight up. 2-2 against the spread, 2-2 to the over. And then you got Air Force, 2-1 straight up, 2-1 straight up, 2-1 against the spread, 2-1 to the over. Air Force beat Northern Iowa 48-17. They covered the 16 points. Week 2, they played Colorado and they beat them 41-10. They covered the 17.5 they were laying against Colorado by a country mile. Or we'll just call it a Colorado mile. Then they ran into Wyoming and they lost 17-14 in a very low-scoring game last week. And then you get Nevada, who started out with a huge win over New Mexico State, and it was not a monster. It was huge for their program to start off the year with a nice big win. They beat them 23-12, and they were laying 7.5. They covered the spread. That game went under. Then they had Texas State, who they beat 38-14, beat them by 24 points. They were actually a 2-point dog, with that total was 51.5. Not only did it creep over by a half by the hook, they were the 2-point dog, and they smoked them by 24. Straight up against the spread, and it went over. And by the way, the first one went under. I do apologize. I think I said it went over. It went under. Then they had a gimme game, and they lost. Then they played Iowa, and they were shut out 27-0. You just don't know what you're going to get out of Nevada. Nevada's 11-4 against the spread their last 15 games versus an opponent after a conference straight-up loss. And by the way, the head-to-head, the over is 5-1 in the last 6 head-to-head matchups. The over is 5-1. Have I told you that I like the over? Because if I didn't, now you know. And it's not just going to be, I like it. No, we're betting it. All right? We're betting it. It's going up as a free play. Get that in the comment section for you guys. By the way, for everybody that doesn't know, my game of the week is tonight. You have until 8 p.m. Eastern time to get on board my game of the week. If you were on last week's, you guys got a monster win. Hey, Lance, what's going on, man? Marvin, if you want to know, you got to get on board. If there was 20 college football games on the board, I might tell you. But with 3 games on the board, and we've already discussed 2 of them, if you want to know, you got to get on board. Last week was a blowout Major League Baseball play. Jason says, I'm guessing he probably won't tell you that. It could be Major League Baseball. It could be girls badminton, but what I can promise you, everybody can bet it. It's always a bet everybody can bet. That we know. And most importantly, it's a winner. I mean, in reality, that's all that really matters, right? It's just a winner. Doesn't matter the shape of the ball or what color the ball is. If it's white with little red stripes, or if it's brown with white laces. By the way, hockey is almost back. Who's excited for the NHL? October 7th. Is the season opener. I believe that one takes place in Prague. One of their NHL Global Series games. Do I think it's worth laying minus 145 on the Astros? I think anytime you get the Astros minus 200, it's probably worth it. I don't care which pitcher's on the mound for them or who they're facing. When you have a team that's got the winning record of 99-52, going up against a team that's only 7 games above 500, chances are you'll be doing all right. Now, Baltimore did get the win yesterday. They've won 2 straight, right? However, Astros are, 8-2 in their last 10? With Urquidy on the mound? Yeah, Jason, to be direct and answer this one directly, yeah, I think it's very beneficial to take the Astros and lay 145. If they were laying 200, I would still take them. Anytime you're getting good money on a good team, alrighty. Well, we're already on baseball. We can talk a little bit about baseball. We're not going to be live for too long. I got a little frog in my throat today, right? Primetime Yoke says, nah, Orioles for the upset again today. Not much value for me to bet the Orioles. A team that generally wins every other game, if you look at their record. By the way, still time to get on Bellator and take full advantage of it. Bellator is going on right now. As we talk, Bellator is going on. And before we talk about the Cubs and the Pirates game, just so you guys know, there is a huge promo that ends today. All right, it ends today, where you can get all of the system plays, which are 140-9, with I believe we've won 19 straight now, and 33-1 in the last 34. You can get the rest of the season, which is a $500 package. You can get that absolutely free if you buy any 1 year or more premium play or personal play package. They can be the combo package. They can be whatever. As long as it's a premium play or personal play and it's a year or more, which are on sale, you're going to get the system plays for the rest of the season, playoffs, World Series, included for free. So you get that free $500 package. So, for instance, premium plays are on sale. You can get a year of them for $1,200. It's $100 a month. They're $99 for 3 days. Do the math. And then you get the system plays for free. Personal plays on sale, which they really need to take off. It's $1,000 for a year. But if somebody buys it, they're going to get not only that and work with me for the next year on my personal plays, but you're also, which Shane did yesterday, you're also going to get system plays for the rest of the year as well. So don't miss out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I just seen something, I think YouTube posted it, said you're either a 10-minute video person or a 3-hour video person. I tend to think that we used to be the 3-hour video person, if you guys remember, right? There's Shane. All right, I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for a monster weekend. The fun starts today. Cubs, Pirates. Assad on the mound for the Cubs with his 3.86 ERA going up against Wilson and that disastrous 6.07 ERA, 3-9 on the year for old Wilson. What to expect out of this one? Pirates are laying $1.20 for two losing teams. Pirates have lost 40 more games than they've won. Again, if I was going to do anything on this one, Bryce Wilson against Javier Assad, I'd probably roll with the over. The over is sitting at 8, but then again, you're hoping that the Cubs and the Pirates are able to notch 9 runs up on the scoreboard. I think they are today, but again, I'm going to steer clear of the side completely. But if I was going to choose on the total, I would definitely roll with the over on this one. All right, first Major League Baseball early one. Out of the way. Lance, if you hit the rewind button, we discussed, we definitely went over that game, and Virginia is just, until we see something, we're going to classify them as pretty bad. Until we see something worthy out of them. Let me ask FC, because I'm not watching Bellator. I know he said Max is coming soon. That was 20 minutes ago. Lance, no, it's all good, brother. It's all good. But yeah, if you're going to get on the max, you're going to want to do it soon, because I believe it goes down soon. Joe, I see you got it, so you've got plenty of time, brother. Or, I mean, you've already purchased it. But I know it's on the undercard. Oh, never mind. A double submission. Our guy went out first. FC says he lost it, so don't buy it. And that definitely sucks, but we'll talk to him about that when we bring him on the live show tomorrow to discuss everything else in the world of sports betting. That sucks. I didn't even check my tickets yet. I don't even know it started. I guess that was painless. That sucked. Nationals, Marlins. Gray against Garrett. Miami minus $1.30. Total on this one over 7. You know, I sickening like the over. But every time I bet a Miami over, I seem to get hosed somehow. So I'm going to steer clear of that one, although I have a very strong lean. I'm probably not going to stay away from it. I'm probably going to fire on it, but not huge. Probably a small wager before this game goes off at 6:40 Eastern, 3:40 Pacific. But again, do lean towards it, and I do like it. Now, one last one. And then we'll send you guys on your merry way. The Giants and the D-backs. D-backs are laying $1.75 on the road in Arizona. Diamondbacks turning it around late. Obviously, third in the NL West. They ain't going to be able to do much. 4 games under 500. But they've won 4 straight. They get Rodon on the mound going up against Tommy Henry for the D-backs. I like the Giants here. I think the Giants will definitely win the pitching matchup. I think the game definitely favors San Francisco all the way around. Defensively in the field, offensively at bat, on the mound, bullpen, the whole works. I like San Francisco here. They're laying $1.75. We're not going to call this a free play, but we're going to be betting it as well. Yeah, the Diamondbacks losing in the bottom of the 9th. The Dodgers got their revenge from when they were in Arizona. They gave that walk-off. Again, if you guys want that free play, hit the rewind button. We already gave it out. We gave it out on the over in that college football game. Nevada Air Force over 46.5. FC gave out something for you guys. If you want that, rewind to the beginning of the show. We will be live tomorrow for college football Saturday. FC is going to come on the live show and talk, shoot the shit. We'll drop the hey loser button quite a few times for him donking off that big one. And we'll do what we do best. But we will be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. We'll be live. All right, guys, good luck, everybody. Wager responsibly. Don't do anything stupid. And we will see you guys all live tomorrow. All right, guys? Enjoy that free play. Enjoy that free one from FC. And go watch the daily free play video because there's a good one in there as well. There's 2 college football free plays available for you guys today, all right? We'll see you guys all live.